Hey everybody. Hello, welcome to my live. Nice to see everybody tonight. Thank you for watching my live. Today is Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. My name is Laura Rodrick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. So glad you could join me. We're gonna have fun tonight. I've got more Halloween projects this week, so I'm super excited about that. I think they're really cute. I'm using a different stamp set this time, which I think is, I like it. It's called Best Witches, and it's a cute little witch in a couple different poses, so that's gonna be fun. So I'm just waiting for a minute to let a couple people hop on, make sure that I'm coming up on Facebook. Okay, that looks pretty good. If you hop on tonight, say hello. I also post this video to my Facebook business page and also to YouTube, and I put all the links to everything in both of those places too. All right, well, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me turn down my camera. I decided to wear some Halloween tonight. I don't know if you guys can see this, but hi Pam, thanks for joining. This shirt Nicole made for me last year. We went to Cedar Point, so it was our little Halloween shirt. It's got a little roller coaster on the pumpkin. So I wanted to be a little festive tonight since we're doing Halloween and wear something Halloween. All right, let me turn my camera down and we'll get started. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, so let me start by showing you what we're playing with tonight. We're going to use out of the mini catalog. This is the stamp set we're going to be using. It's called Best Witches. It doesn't have any dies that go with it, so it's just the stamp set. We're also going to use some of this black and white designer series paper. Here's a couple of the ones that Stampin' Up! Did. And then I also have a project tonight we're going to use with this cute little Bewitching bundle. And I only did one project with this because it kind of has been going in and out of back order. But right now it's low inventory, but it's still available. And so this is a stamp set, and it comes with a punch that we're going to use. Really cute. So we'll do one project with that. So here are our projects for tonight. We're going to do this really cute card that says, "You've put a spell on me." And then we're going to do three projects that are for holding candy. We're going to do this Best Witches. I thought we'd do a little pink, get non-traditional for a minute with Halloween. Then we have this cute little M&M bag. It says, "If you've got it, haunt it." And then lastly, we have this box that has a belly band on it that can slide off, that we've got some candies hid away in this little box. So let me put my projects aside a little bit and we'll get started with the first one. The first one we're going to do tonight is going to be the card. So let me show you up close what we're doing. Here is the Best Witches stamp set. In addition for this card, I'm also bringing in the stitched rectangle dies, and I'm using several different sizes of these to cut out the cardstock. All right, so here are our pieces for this card. This card's pretty basic, right? So we're going to start with our card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is just a basic black card base. That black and white designer series paper that I showed you, I've cut a piece that's 5 1/4 by 4, and all this black and white designer series paper, let me show you real quick, is all patterns, and it's got one side has got the gray and black, and the other side has got the white and black. So you've got polka dots, stars, stripes, different kinds of stripes, all kinds of different patterns, these little chevron patterns. So lots of fun to play with. So you can use either side if you want. For this card, I'm going to use the black and white side up. So I might as well just go ahead and start right in and just adhere that. And we'll just put that right on here, right in the center. And that's our first layer. The next layers I used the stitched rectangle dies for. So I used pumpkin pie in the bigger one. And then this one I used Highland Heather. That's going to be our next layer. And this one that we're going to stamp on is our basic white. Okay. All right. So let's do our stamping. We're going to just stamp in Memento because we're going to do a lot of coloring tonight with the blends. And for this one, we're going to use this stamp right here where she's got her little pot. I don't know what she's brewing, but it's bubbling in her little cauldron, so that's pretty cute. And I'm going to put her right about here. And then she has a little frog friend that we're also going to use. Before I do that, let me go ahead and put my words in so I make sure I have enough room for my frog. So on this one, I'm using You've Put a Spell on Me, and I'm going to stamp that in the Highland Heather. So I'm going to stamp this right here at the bottom. And I think I've left enough room for the little frog. So we'll get him inked up and stamped. And let me put him right about here. Okay, I did get a little smudgy with him, but we'll see how it looks when I color him. I moved my stamp. So let's just start using the blends. I'm going to start with the pumpkin pie. I have the light and the dark. And I'm going to do the band of the hat in the pumpkin pie. And inside the little buckle as well. Is anybody getting excited about Halloween? Getting decorated? I've had my bins out now for a couple of weeks and I haven't taken that many things out yet. So this weekend, I'm going to be committed to getting some of the decorating done because otherwise Halloween's just going to get away from me. And I don't want that because I have lots of really cute decorations I could be putting up. I just have to actually do it. All right, let's make the dress pumpkin pie too. We'll give her an orange dress. And we'll just add some light and then add a little bit of dark accents to go along with it. And I think I'll just do that, like the bottom part of her dress right here. And kind of like a shadowy under the cape. And I think that's pretty good. We'll just blend that out a little bit. All right, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm also, while I have my pumpkin pie out, I'm going to just do the bottom of the flames on the pot with a little bit of the dark and then just blend a little bit of the light and leave some room because we're going to put a little bit of a yellow color on it as well. So I think we're done with the pumpkin pie. Let's move on to, I've got some, this is the black blends. Now you could just use a regular black marker too. I'm going to use the blends. This is the light black. So it's kind of a really dark gray. It's not really a pure black, but I think it looks good. And then we can blend in a little bit of the darker black on it as well. And I'm going fast, so I'm not really coloring in the lines, so please forgive me for that. I like to go a little bit faster when I'm on video. Do y'all have a favorite treat for Halloween? Favorite candy that you like to have? I am addicted to taffy apples this time of year. I think they're so good. And we used to get, when I was in school as a kid, we used to have Taffy Apple Day when I was in grade school. And that was just awesome when you had pre-ordered your taffy apples and got to bring them home that day, however many that you ordered. And I just loved that. Of course, I didn't like nuts, so it was nice you could get the plain ones or the ones with nuts. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to make shoes for her on the bottom. And then I think we're pretty much done with the black. So the colors that I'm using for her skin, and you know we have the skin tones now, so you can use whatever color you want. I kind of always revert to the bronze and ivory set, maybe just because it's easy. So I'm just going to color her face in with this one. And then I'm going to do her hair in the bronze, and we'll do her hands and her legs. And we'll just do her curls up here. She is cute though, isn't she adorable? Look at that little smirky smile on her face. Pretty cute. All right, let's do the logs while we have the bronze out. I should probably use the bullet tip to color, but I kind of like this tip, even though it doesn't always make sense for me to do that. Okay, Highland Heather, let's pull in some purple. And we'll just do a couple accents here. We'll do the buckle in purple, and we'll do her cape in the Highland Heather. And we'll do the dark on the underside of that. And I'm making her legs. I'm going to pretend she has purple tights on. Okay, let's do a little bit of green for our frog. And I've got Granny Apple Green that we're going to use for that. So we'll just color this little guy. He's really cute. He's got a kind of a cute little expression on his face too, right? Okay, and I'm going to do these little bubbles in the green too. All right, the last thing I have to do for the coloring is just a little pot. I'm going to take my light black again and just color in the rest of this pot, which I guess it's her little cauldron. Oh, and I still need to add the yellow to my flames, right? I forgot about that. I think I have Daffodil Delight pulled for that. Actually, I pulled Mango Melody. So that's a little orangey yellow. It's kind of a brighter yellow. So we'll do that for the flames. Okay, that's it. Easy breezy. I'll put my markers away for now. That's the hard part of this card, right? Everything else is just layers. So I'm going to just layer these right on top of each other with my seal. And then once I get everything on top of the orange layer, the pumpkin pie, then I'm just going to pop that up so it stands out a little bit. The inside, you could put a white piece inside and put another greeting on the inside, stamp a couple frogs, whatever you would like. Anybody send out Halloween cards? Maybe give them to teachers or some of your teammates at work on Halloween. I know a lot of us like to get treats for Halloween, right? So that's what we're going to start working on next, is some treats. Okay, that's it. First card, easy breezy, right? It just takes a minute with the coloring, but that is all done. All right, let's move on to some treats. And the next one we're going to do is this one right here. And all our treats tonight I'm making with products that Stampin' Up! Already has ready, okay? So we're going to use this white treat bag that's already made by Stampin' Up! So all we're going to do is decorate it, which makes it really easy. We don't have to measure any boxes or anything tonight. So for this one, I've also added the Scalloped Contours dies for our little witch to go into. So not too many pieces for this one. Here's the bag that I talked to you about, and it's almost like a little Ziploc bag, and it has a little window. So what we're going to end up putting in here is, oh, tough to open, but that's good because it won't get stale, right? We'll put our M&Ms in there, but we'll decorate it first before we do that. Okay, so I have the Scalloped Contour die in the black. Now I cut one out the same size in white, and all I'm going to do is just take a pair of scissors and just trim it up because I kind of want to keep those little stitches, right? Because I think they make a cute little decorative touch. So I'm just going to cut right outside the stitch, and that's going to go in the middle with the black border on the outside. Now you could just measure and just put a plain piece of white paper in there too, and that'll work just fine. But you can see I ended up with just a little bit of the stitching, so that's just going to go right on like that. Okay, let's do our stamping. And we're going to do some more coloring. So let me get comfy to color. Now, I also use this die from the same Scalloped Contours die set. And this one we're going to do If You've Got It Haunted. So we'll bring our memento. We want to use the memento with our coloring too, because we're using the alcohol markers. I'm going to bring this down just a little so I can get a better look over it. All right, that piece is ready. And on this one, we're going to use this little witch. Same girl, different expression. And let me make sure she's inked up well. It's kind of a big stamp. And we're going to set her right about here. And I think some of her hat actually comes off the edge. That's it, just like that. So let's go back to our coloring now. This time we've decided to give her a green face, like a witch. And so for that, I'm using the Parakeet Party, the light. And let me start by going ahead and giving her a little bit of an iridescent glow to her face with this green. I think it's a nice green, right? It's not like a mean, ugly green for our witch, because she is cute after all. So we'll just do her hands and her legs, and that's it. She is officially green. All right, so back with the black. I'm gonna try, let me just try coloring with the bullet this time and see if that's easier to color with. I know it's a little bit noisier. I think I like the brush tip because it covers more area faster. Okay, so it looks like I've started with the dark. Actually, the bullet tip is really nice too. It's very smooth. Very smooth, very nice. I'm liking it. Let me see how the bullet tip blends. Oh yeah, that's really nice. See, I might have been missing out on something by only using the brush tip all the time. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Okay, what else do we want to do black? Her feet. All right, and now we're going to bring in some of the pumpkin pie again. And we're kind of doing the same thing we did with the last one with the pumpkin pie. See how noisy that is? But it's kind of nice. And I have my little black boo-boo right there. I could put a little star or something on there if I wanted to cover that up. All right, I'm switching back for this one because I have a bigger area. How's the weather by everybody tonight? I drove home from work. It was 87 and sunny and beautiful. I think October is one of our best months here in San Antonio. It is just like summer-like and beautiful, but not like our usual summer, like hot like we get here when we're 95 all the time, or like this year when we were 100 all the time. This year was really hot. So now we're getting the beautiful summer weather. And it's 85, 87, it's just gorgeous. But we don't have the beauty like y'all have up north of the trees changing. Because the trees still think it's summer. Okay. Last little bit here. Don't judge me on my coloring skills, I'm going fast. I like this color combination, the orange, the purple, the green, and the black. I think it's a good color combination. And this is Highland Heather for the blends again. And I think it's just a nice purple. For the broom, I'm gonna pull in that bronze again to do the broom. And I didn't really do anything with her hair on this one. All right, I don't think that took too long. I think that went pretty fast. Okay, so let's start putting this together. This is nice and easy. This layer just goes on top of the black layer. And then we're gonna use some of that glitter washi tape. We used some of this last week and it's really fun. So we're just gonna do that to decorate our bag. And what I'm gonna do is just take the different colors and just go straight across and just make stripes with glitter. Who doesn't love glitter, right? All right, where's my scissors? All right. So I'll trim them all even at the end. Do you guys ever have this problem where you can't find the beginning? Sometimes it's helpful to cross it over. But I didn't do that this time, and I'm having trouble finding the start of this. Let me try to see if my scissors will help me lift it up at all. Otherwise, I'm just going to cut it. Whoops. All right, let me just do that. Let's see how far that gets me. Oh, we found it. All right, orange stripe next. And I left it kind of long to get rid of some of that stuff I beat up with the scissors. And we'll do a black stripe. And then the beautiful purple. I'm not sure exactly what color purple it is on the washi tape, the glitter washi tape. It might be Highland Heather. It's really pretty. And then we'll do one more green stripe on the bottom. You could do all kinds of stuff with this washi tape. And as I've seen, you know, last week we did some stripes for a label and, you know, then we cut it out. I've also seen people, you know, mount it on the paper, you know, the cardstock, and then use punches to punch out stars or hat brims or different things to make it super glittery. So there's lots of things you can do with this washi tape. And we just got 2 more to go. Another black and then another purple. All right, that's it. Easy breezy. Let's lift it up and we're just going to cut off all our pieces. Make it nice and even. And that's all we're going to do with that. Let me get it out of the way here. See if I can get it off my fingers. Okay, all we're going to do then is put these things down. So we'll just use some seal on the back of this. I'm going to use quite a few rows of seal on the back to make sure this sticks up, because once we put the M&Ms in, it's going to be a little curvy, right? So that'll go there. We'll put our, if you've got it haunted over here, again, I'm going to load up on my seal and put that right over here. Just like that. And then I think we should add a little bit of a bow. We've got this beautiful gingham ribbon. So let's just put a little black and white bow on this. Looks like I colored my fingers. All right. Okie dokie, let's put that on with a glue dot. Right in the corner. And that's it. That's our bag. I'm going to put some M&Ms in here. You guys like these little ghoul M&Ms you can get with this, look at the same colors that we're using, right? Purple, orange, and the green. And we'll just dump a few of these in here. And they'll match our bag perfectly, right? Our candy will match our bag. That's it. And that's all there is to that one. Really cute, right? For handing out to people. Didn't take that long. Okay, so you know what else I did? Let me show you, because I almost forgot. I took some of the basic rhinestone jewels, and these are just the clear jewels. And I wanted to embellish a little bit. So I took some of the blends and I just colored them. And you can do this with your, so I'm just going to do a couple in the purple. And I'll do a couple in the orange. And then I'm going to do a couple in the green. And you can do this with the rhinestones. You can do it with the pearls. And it's just a nice way, if you don't have quite the right color rhinestone that you're looking for, just color some. And then you'll have the right color. And that works out really nicely. So, hold on, I dropped my cap. I don't want my marker to dry up. All right, so I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and we will just put a couple of these on. So here's one purple. We'll put one here. And our orange ones. And then we've got a couple of green ones. And how about that? Okay. All right. Now it's really done this time. That was project number 2. So for our next project, I thought it'd be fun to kind of veer away from the traditional colors and just do something in the pink. So we're going to go ahead and do this little gift bag right here. And this one says Best Witches, and it's our little friend again with the broom. And this gift bag also is already pre-made by Stampin' Up. So you can get that. I also added in this frame die right here that I cut some pink cardstock and some white cardstock for the inside out of. So we'll be using that. And here are our pieces for this project. So we have the bag, and it comes, I think, with a pack of 10 of these bags, and they're just super nice. They're really sturdy cardstock bags. I'm just going to open this one up a little bit here. All right, so what I did first was I took, this is the shimmer glimmer paper, and it is the in color for this year, so it's kind of got that pink. And I measured this out. This is 5 inches by 3 inches. And I'm just going to end up putting that in the front to put behind the stars so that we have some pink stars in our background. Okay, so all I'm going to do is take some of my seal and go along the 2 edges, and that'll hold it in place. And I just want to line it up. So I did 3 inches across. I could have done 3 1/4 in order to fit, but I wanted to get 2 pieces out of my 6 by 6 paper. So that's why I did 3. So I'm just going to make sure now that I'm lining it up so that it covers all my stars. And that looks pretty good. And I think that looks really pretty with the glittery, shimmery stars in the background. Okay, so here's the pink frame that I was talking about that I cut out, and the white that goes inside of it. So we're gonna, this is what we're gonna stamp on here, and then I have this other little piece to stamp on. And this one we're gonna stamp Best Witches. So let's get our memento out again. And I'm gonna put our Best Witches right on here. And then all we're gonna do is just clip it on an angle, nice and easy, and that's going to be our sentiment. All right, so the witch, again, we're using this time with the broom, and she's really cute, and we're going to make her kind of a princess witch this time. So let me get her all centered up on this piece of white cardstock, and then we're going to go ahead and color her. All right, so we're not going to use as many colors this time. We're going to start with the pink, and she's going to have a pink band on her hat. And then we'll make her dress pink as well. She's really cute. I keep saying that, right? But she is. I think I dressed up as a witch in like maybe 2nd grade. My mom made us costumes. And I was Wendy the witch, and my brother was Casper. Do you guys remember that show? Do you remember Casper the Casper the Friendly Ghost? That's what we went as, and I think I was maybe in 2nd grade around that. Okay. That's it. She's all set in pink. And let's do the hat in the black again. Does everybody have costumes this year for themselves or for their kids for Halloween? Anybody going as anything really fun or funny? It's been a long time since I went to an adult Halloween party, but super fun. We had a lot of Halloween parties when the kids were little. All right, so I think for the rest of her hat and cape, I used the light smoky slate, which is a really light gray. It's almost like a silver color. So we'll use that. Get the other side out. Okay, her cape, and then all we'll have left to do, I think, is just the broom. Oh, we have to do her face and hair too. So there's her cape. All right, let's get out the bronze and ivory again. I didn't really do any shading with her face. I'm just using the straight up ivory. You could give her cute little pink cheeks if you wanted to. Let me do her arms and her legs. And then we'll just kind of outline her hair in the bronze a little bit. Her curls on top. Just like that. The broom. And then we'll just do her shoes. That broom handle's pretty skinny. It's hard to get it right. And that's it. That's all we're going to do with her. All right. We're done with all the hard coloring for tonight. Okay. So what I did, because I wanted a lot of the stars to show, is I just cut off the bottom of this one. So it just goes straight across on the bottom of the frame. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my glue stick. And this is my Zig glue pen. And I'm doing that because this is really skinny. And I'm not that good with the regular glue. And this to me is just nice and easy. And if I go off the lines, that's fine. And then we'll put this in the corner of the bag, down here, right along both edges. I want to see as many of those stars as possible. And then I'm just going to put the witch on with some seal. And I'll add a lot of that again. Load it up. And put that right in the middle. All right, well, I'm looking at my coloring up a little bit closer and not that good. Should have taken a little bit more time, maybe. The first one was better because I wasn't in a rush. Let's pop up our label. And then this time for the ribbon, I'm going to use some of that white glitter ribbon. We'll put the Best Witches right here. And this is that pretty white glittered organdy ribbon. And we'll just make a little bow that we'll put on the corner. Whoops, hold on. Okay. Oops, that is not my best bow ever. Let's see if I can fix that a little bit. All right. That's it. All right, where's my glue dots? In the corner. And then, so just like before, I took some plain, these are the iridescent basic pearls, and I just took some of these and I colored them with the polished pink. So let's get some big ones. And did I do some small ones? Let's get a couple of small ones on here too. These are super easy to color. We'll just do like 4 of them. And then we can just put them on different places on the bag. So I'll just stick them in between the stars. So let's start with my big ones. And then we'll scatter a few of the little ones in between too. And they keep the iridescent shine even underneath the alcohol marker. So they're kind of pink iridescent, which I think looks really pretty. All right, so for this one, I just opened it up and I just put a little bit of candy. You can put any kind of candy that you like in there. I found these, and this is another, I think, nice fall find. These are the Werther's caramel apple caramels, the soft caramels. They're so good. They taste like caramel apples. They're really good. If you haven't tried them, you got to try these. They're really good. So I'm just going to put a bunch of little candies in there to finish off my little treat bag. And that's it. That is our third project. Pretty easy, right? Okay, for the last project, we're going to do this little box. And again, this is a box that Stampin' Up! Makes. So let me clean up my workspace for a second. And it's easy to assemble. I'll show you in a second. Okay. This is the stamp set. It's called Bewitching. It has 3 different witches' hats. It has the cute little legs with the witches' shoes. I've even seen somebody do this and make it into little elf shoes for Christmas. So it's pretty versatile stamp set. And I'm just going to wipe off my fingers because I colored myself pretty good here. Okay. All right. And then this one, like I said, has a punch that goes with it. And this is the punch. It cuts out the witch's hat and the little band, and then it has some nice star cutouts too. So that's pretty handy, and we'll be using that. It is on low inventory right now, but it's not sold out, so that's good. I know it went in and out a couple times. All right, and then I also used, for the sentiment, as you notice, this stamp set does not have any sentiment, so I went to our set from last week, and I took the Halloween Happiness and used that for a sentiment. I also pulled in some of the layering circles dies to do a couple of circles for this project. So my pieces are pretty easy. I've got some pieces of cardstock that I've cut out already. And then this is the box that I was talking about. And this is how it comes from Stampin' Up! It's already scored. It already has adhesive on it. It's really easy to assemble. It also comes with these little seals if you're interested in using these little seals to seal your box when you're finished. And I haven't used those yet. So now you can decorate this or you can leave it plain white. And I left mine plain white, but I thought, oh, maybe it would be fun to decorate it. So let's see, do I have... I'm going to go back to our Best Witches stamp set and just pull out these little stars. And look, I've used every stamp in the set today. And I think we'll just stamp some of these little stars in pumpkin pie just on these 2 sides that are going to show out the side, just to decorate those sides up a little bit. So I'm just going to ink it up and just add a few stars on the side of the box, just like that. And let's do the other side. I just think that adds just a little extra something. And aren't these stars just so cute? I love them. It's a good stamp set to keep forever because it's got those little stars that you could use for a million different things, right? Even like including the 4th of July. All right, so in order to assemble our box, I'm just going to start by loosening up all the score lines. And that's pretty good. So the way this assembles is these are going to go in right here and it's going to form the box like this first, okay? So let me pull off the tape that's already on here. And then we just have the adhesive. Let me move this up to make sure that you guys can see it in the view. All right. We're going to flip it back over and just line up our sides. Hopefully you can see that okay. And this is a really strong adhesive they have on here, so it'll hold really nicely for the boxes. Okay, and that's it. You can see the box is already assembled now. Let me fold these back a little bit. And we can go ahead and put some candy in. And I'm just going to put a couple candy bars in here. I like my 100 Grand bars. And maybe a little Hershey's and a Kit Kat will fit nicely in there. Okay, then I'm going to tuck this in. This is like, it's called a little envelope box. So I'm just going to tuck this little side in here. And then this side is going to go I'm going to push a little bit to make sure that it, latches properly. And it's, I don't know, what do you call this kind of latch? Hold on, I'm struggling because I don't know why. Hold on. I might have to use one of those seals to keep it shut. Okay, there it goes. So that's nice and closed then. All right, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to make a belly band around the outside of the box. And I have this piece of pumpkin pie. This is 7 inches by 3 1/4, and it's just going to leave us a little bit of a white border. And I want to start on the back side because that's where I'm going to want my fold to be. And I didn't pre-score these lines or anything. I'm just going to go around and kind of score as I round the box, just like this. And then I'm going to add some adhesive on the back side. And that's just going to make our band for the box. And let's add some adhesive. And that's it. So that will be the outside of our box. Our box will slide back and forth on this. So when someone wants to open the box, they just have to slide it all the way through. And I think I've got that pretty centered now. I took a piece of this 3 inch by 2 inch of the Black and White Designs DSP. And this time we'll use the gray and the black side. And we'll just add a little piece kind of as our background for our fun part on top. Okay, so the next thing is let's do a little bit of stamping. I'm going to take pumpkin pie and stamp Halloween Happiness onto our label. And then I'm going to pull out my Stamparatus for the witch's hat, because I want to make sure that it's nice and dark, okay? So I'm going to take my piece of white scrap paper, and I'm just going to put it kind of, it doesn't matter where you put it, you can put it anywhere. I'll just use some magnets to hold it down, because I will be stamping it a couple of times. Then I'm going to take the witch's hat that has the polka dots on it, and I'm going to put it just where I want it, which is just going to be in the middle, because we're going to actually punch this out, and lift it up with my Stamparatus. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink it up with some Memento ink. And we'll see how dark this comes out the first time. Press it down. Actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty dark, but I am going to hit it one more time just to make sure that the background of it is really, really dark. And that's the beauty of the Stamparatus. You can just keep doing it till it's perfect. I think that's a pretty solid black hat right there. So I'm happy with that, and we will pull this out and put this away. So that's going to be ready to be stamped. In the meantime, let's go ahead and color a couple of those dots in. So I'm going to use pumpkin pie, you know, the same colors that we have been using. So I'm just going to color some of these dots in here, the cute little polka dots, just like this. And then we'll pull in some of the purple. And I think on the first box that I made, I used a little bit lighter purple. On this one, I'm going to go ahead with the Highland Heather again, because I feel like that purple sticks out more. It's more vibrant. So that's the one I'm going with this time. Okay. And then the last color I'm going to bring in is the Granny Apple Green. And I think last time I might have used Parakeet Party too. I mean, any green you have is fine. Let me just see. We'll use this one. And then I did the band of the hat in orange. Let me see, maybe I want to do a couple different colors of the orange like that. We'll do a little bit lighter one on the other side of the band here. Isn't that a really cute little witch's hat? All right, that's it. We're done coloring that. So we're going to go ahead and punch it out. So let's bring in our punch, and I might have to cut a little bit off the bottom. I'm going to say that I will have to do that. So let me just do that right away. And then put it in my punch and line it up. Okay. That's it. So easy. Cuts it out beautiful. We'll have a little bit of a white border around it. Isn't that a cute little hat? Okay, then I have a little scrap of black. I'm going to also punch that because I want to have some stars. And the reason I did black stars is because there's black stars on the DSP. I could have used some kind of yellow or a different color star. I could have done stars cut out of the glitter washi tape if I put it on some backing first, but I decided to go with some black stars for this. All right, so let's assemble. I have Highland Heather and basic white of the circles. And I'm just gonna put those down and go ahead and mount the circle. Oops. Whoops, I hate when that happens. Get my area all sticky. See if I can lift that up. Okay, and we'll just put this right about here. And then I'm gonna just pop up a couple of other things then. I want my label popped up. There's not too many pieces to this, so I could see how you could easily make a bunch of these. And if you're using the Stamparatus, it's easy to just keep putting a scrap in the same place and you don't have to move your stamp or anything. You could do a lot of those assembly line style, right? Okay, and we'll put our witch's hat right here. See, this one's a lot more vibrant than the other one, right? Because we used the Stamparatus. You can tell the difference in the black. This one I did not use the Stamparatus. This one I did. And then we used a little bit more vibrant colors there. Okay, so let's add some of the stars. And what I'm going to do is just use some of the Tombow glue for this. So I'm just going to put the glue in a couple different places. Whoa, that's a lot of glue right there. And we'll put one little star over here. All right, so I'm going to lift up some of that glue because I think that's going to just eke out all over the place. And we'll put a nice big star right there. Another one here. Get a little guy going right here. And then one more right there. And then let's add a little bow. We'll use some more of that white glitter ribbon. And we'll just add a bow on the front on the witch's hat. This ribbon's a little bit stiff, so sometimes I have a little bit of trouble working with it because it's not really a soft ribbon, it's kind of stiff. And then when you're pulling it back, the glitter kind of adds a little bit of resistance. So I feel like sometimes I struggle a little bit with this ribbon, but it is such a pretty, pretty ribbon. I love it. Okay, final touch. Just going to use a glue dot and put that right about there. Okay, and that is our last little candy box that we made. Now I have another little bonus project I just want to show you really quickly. And this is one I did on the past weekend. And all I did, I got these little cups at Hobby Lobby. And I used from last week the little die cut for the haunted house. And that's from this set right here. You can see this little haunted house die cut. That's from the Scary Silhouettes dies that we used last week. And I used those little orange stars again here on this little labeled die and the Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet, and our ribbon that we always use. And then I just have this fun little Halloween mix in here that has, you know, popcorn and pretzels and candy corn. And so that's just another little fun Halloween treat that you can make for people at the office, people at school, just kind of a little bonus treat. All right, so if you would like the Make and Takes projects this week, if you spend $35 or more and you use this host code when you order, then I'll send you the Make and Takes for free. And what that means is I will send you all of the projects already pre-cut in the envelopes. So you're ready to go. All you need is the stamp set and you'll be ready. So it would be the 2 stamp sets and the punch to go ahead and finish those projects. And even the punch, you can go ahead and cut out the witch's hat. So let me show you quickly a couple more things, and then I want to show you what I have for next week. I have a really fun fold project for next week that we're going to do. If you would like the measurements for tonight, I have a project measurement and supply sheet. Just email me, and that's at sunshineandsparklestamping@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to email you the list of everything that we used in tonight's projects. The last day to order the Santas, the Ho 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 kit for the Santa cards was yesterday. So this paper pumpkin kit just started today, and that is from the North Pole. And this is going to make a set of 12 tags to decorate your packages with, and they're glittery too. And you can see they don't give you too much ahead of time. It's a little mystery, but I can see a cherry cobbler Stampin' Spot, and that's a really cute stamp, right? And some little snowflake die cuts. So this is going to be a fun kit. If you're interested in that, contact me and I will let you know how to order the paper pumpkin. The starter kit right now is on sale. For you get $155 worth of products for only $99. And it's usually you only get $125, so you get an extra $30 worth of free product if you order the starter kit. And then just lastly, I'm still waiting for my birthday card organizer kit that I ordered, and I think that's supposed to be here Friday. So hopefully by next week I'll have that to show you in person what a cute little set that is. All right, so for next week, I have this really fun fold card, right? And we're going to do a little bit of Christmas. This is a Merry Christmas card, and it starts out as a gatefold card, and it has a belly band. But when you open it up, it's a shutter card, and it reveals a Christmas tree inside. So I think that's really pretty and really fun, and I'll show you all how to make that card next week. And then I've also done it in a couple other patterns, which are fun. For example, I've done a fall one, and so this is the fall version of it, where we have the belly band and the hello with the pumpkin. And when you open this one up, it reveals a little pumpkin with flowers and wishing you the loveliest day. So that's going to be our projects for next week. I hope you can join me next Tuesday when I'll show you how to make these fun projects. And I thank you so very much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed the cards. And have a great week, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.